hello, and you are welcome to the showcase. Yes, it's me, Yemisi Lagunju, aka the Igniter, showing up and popping up live on your screen again in this month of April. April is a special month. For some of you that know, you know. And for those of you that you don't know, don't worry, you'll find out. So, welcome once again to the showcase. And I am your host, Yemsi Lagunju, aka the Igniter. And what am I igniting? I'm igniting within you the passion for purposeful living. On this program, we talk about everything that has to do with living life purposeful by design. I believe that every person is created for a purpose in life, and that is what we are here talking about. We're talking about everything that has to do with living life purposeful by design. And guess what? True success comes by actually discovering what your purpose is and working in it and fulfilling it. So on this program, we, put the spotlight on individuals that have discovered their life purpose, and they share their life stories with us. And at other times, we have even some, fun bits here and there, like a special episode that we are having this month, because this month is a very special month. Now, like I said, for those of you that know, you know. And for those of you that don't know, guess what? It's my birthday month. My birthday was just about 2 days ago, and that is why we are celebrating. I'm still celebrating birthday things. Don't mind me, just having fun. But like I said, this is a special episode because I see it as an opportunity for me to be able to give back, not just, have a guest on this platform, but actually be able to share with my audience and be able to, interact with you. I know some of you over time have had questions, that may, border on purpose, border on life, and generally and all that. And those questions at times have become burning questions in your heart, and that you just don't know, how do I answer this question? How do I, get the necessary response I need to these questions? And that is why I decided that this birthday month of mine was going to be a special one for us on the showcase. And that is why, once again, I brought to us the You Ask and I Answer series. Yes, we've had this before. This is the third edition of You Ask and I Answer. And sincerely, it has been a beautiful, edition. I love the feedback I get from people, the questions that people ask, because I believe that the whole idea of us, being able to interact and have this platform is that as much as we are discovering ourselves and finding purpose and living purpose, we should be able to, bring clarity where there is, how do I put it, where there are things that roadblocks or stuff like that in our minds, and we really don't even know how to wrap our minds around some life issues, and how do I continue in purpose and all that. And that is why this episode is coming to you. So it's me again, Yemisi Lagunju, aka the Igniter, popping up on your screen this April on the showcase with this special edition called You Ask, I Answer. Okay, so if you are already online with me at the moment, can you just, put something in the comment box? I would like to know where you are joining me from. because I know that this is an international platform. I have people that join in from Canada, I have people that join from the UK, America, I have people that join in from, all over Nigeria. So where are you joining me from? Put that in the comment section. Let me know who it is. Let me know who is online at the moment. Where are you coming, joining us from? I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Just go ahead and put that in the comment box. And yes, if perchance you are watching the replay, if you were unable to actually even catch the live when it was actually live, yes, I still want you to go ahead and put it in the comment section. Where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? I would like to see that in the comment section. Where are you joining from? If you're in Nigeria, where in Nigeria? Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, wherever it is that you are located. And if you're outside of Nigeria, please go ahead and put that in the comment section. I am waiting, waiting, waiting. Let's go ahead and put that in the comment section. All right, all right, all right. Like one thing that always amazes me, there are a few people that when I do have the opportunity to interact with them, get to see them maybe mid-month or after an episode of the showcase, are always like, you see, you are ever smiling and ever excited. And why? Because I am truly excited and I am truly fired up. I'm always happy to be on this platform, the showcase. Why? Because I believe that as people discover their purpose, especially as our guest speakers come on, they share their own story, they tell us how they discovered their purpose and how they've been working in it. I believe so much that it sheds light on the path of every other person. So please do not think that it's just one of those platforms, just one of those events or programs online. It is an event, a program that truly designed to help you shed light on your path. It helps to shed light on your path that you may also find your own path, that you may also find your own place, that you may also find your own purpose. All right. I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Let's go ahead and let's begin to drop it in the comment section, wherever it is that you are joining us from all over the world. Put it in the comment section, wherever it is that you are joining this live stream or replay, whatever the case may be. Please go ahead and put it in the comment section. All right. It's good to have you here again this evening, or good afternoon, or in the morning, depending on where you are joining us from today. All right. So like I said, today is a special one. It's not like our regular showcase where I would have had a guest on this month and we would have the opportunity to kind of interview our guests, ask questions that have to do with living life purposefully and that. Like I said, this episode is a special one where we are opportune to actually ask our questions that have to do with, living life purposefully. What are those burning questions that you have had in your heart? What are those, challenges that you have faced along the path of walking in your purpose? And that is why I am here today to help you answer some of those questions. So we'll be diving straight into our questions and before we actually even do that, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that responded, everyone that sent in their questions. Thank you for your response. Thank you for doing that. I sincerely appreciate you. And perchance you didn't send in your questions. Perchance you were too busy. Maybe you had said, "Oh, I was going to send a question to the embassy. I got busy. I got distracted." Please go ahead and still send your questions in. I will respond to your questions. I will respond to your questions because I believe that, when there's clarity, we're able to progress, we're able to go on, with our, and especially along the path and the journey of purpose that is set ahead of us. All right. So that said, we will be going straight into our Q&A session. All right. So, like I said, we are looking at you as I answer, and here we are. I'm helping you to navigate your purpose, success, and all that lies in between, and all the lies in between. All right. So, to the very first question of the day. I am overwhelmed with responsibilities. How do I even begin to focus on purpose? I am overwhelmed with responsibilities. How do I even begin to focus on purpose? Now, I totally understand this person because I know there are seasons of life that come that we really get overwhelmed with all the different things we are having to do. And really, it seems like I don't have the capacity or I don't have the ability to now do this purpose thing, and we seemingly put that at the back burner while we face the quote and unquote the realities of life. But one thing that I would like to say to this question is the fact that Hello, and so sorry. I'm so sorry for that break in transmission. I'm so sorry about that. It's one of those unexpected happenings, unfortunately. But know what? I'm here and the show goes on. I've learned not to be ruffled by situations like these. I just learned to just let's do what needs to be done and we keep moving. So apologies for that break in transmission, and we go on. Yes, the show goes on. Yes, I was answering the very first question, and the question says that I am overwhelmed with responsibilities. How do I even begin to focus on purpose? Now the reality is this: for in life we will always have so many things that we are doing. There's always one responsibility or the other, but at times we need to begin to ask ourselves the question of what is most important to me and what is most important at this season of life that I am in. A lot of times we take up a lot of roles, and begin to get overwhelmed because there is not enough time to function in those roles effectively. Then how be it now enough time for you to find expression for living out your purpose? Now the reality is this: at times you need to be able to sit back and do like a check and really ask yourself that you need to actually analyze and evaluate everything that you are involved in. What are the things that you really need to be doing now? Sometimes there are some things that you are handling or that you are a part of, or and all that, and that in your mind you feel as if I'm not part of, if I'm not a part of this, if I'm not handling it, if I'm not the one responsible, things will not get done. Guess what? The reality is that if anything were to happen to you this moment, even if it meant that you drop dead, guess what? Life will go on. Every single one of those associations, every single one of those relationships, every single one of those commitments will find expression outside of you. So that's why you now need to begin to ask yourself the very important question of, the things that I am involved in at this season of my life, are they really the things I need to still be doing? Were they things that were handed over to me to do, not really because I chose to do it? Some of these things you need to begin to learn to delegate. Unfortunately, a lot of times we don't like to do that. I know how I struggled with, delegating things. And sincerely, even till today, I still find myself having to remind myself that, Yemisi, you can't handle things all by yourself. You need to be able to get other people involved and be able to delegate some of these responsibilities to them so that you will have enough time to focus on that which really matters. This one thing, what is that one thing that you really need to focus on? And that should be everything that has to do with the purpose. So if there are other things that are taking your time and taking your resources and not giving you the ability to be able to focus on that one thing, then you need to begin to shed some of them off. And some of them can mean completely cutting it off and that you're no longer involved, or it may even mean, like I said, delegating it to someone else or another association or whatever to handle such situations. So there's really no reason why you should be overwhelmed. If you're overwhelmed, it's probably because you don't have proper systems in place that will help you to run your life. The reality is that to be able to live a purposeful life, it requires intentionality. It requires being what's the word, being able to plan and strategize and have systems in place to help you to ensure that you are not dropping the ball on the things that truly matter. All right. Okay, so I hope that answers that. So I'll go to the next question. Said, I feel stuck in a career that pays well but brings me no joy. How do I know if it's time to walk away and pursue purpose? Now, I know a lot of people actually find themselves in this category. Because a lot of people, the reason why they are on the job they are at is not really because they are so like, oh, I love what I do. It is really because at the end of the day, it's going to pay the bills. And we found out that initially it seems okay, you're okay with it, you're at it for some time, but after a while, you frustrations begin to set in. And now I can say this clearly that I know I have been here before. And not even once, I've been here a couple of times in my career, where I began to feel that I knew there was much more within me than I was actually living out in that season, and I began to really feel stuck in a rut because I knew I had to go wake up every day, go to this job, and yet I had, there was something nudging me for a greater level, another level of expression within me. Now, what I would say to you is I wouldn't outrightly tell you, oh, you know, put in your resignation and stop that job and focus on purpose. Why don't you begin to plan towards your transition into purpose? Discover what it is that your purpose is. Discover what expressions and how you want to be able to find and bring that purpose into reality. Once you know those things, begin to get to work on it, no matter how little. Start working on it. Now, I will not lie to you, it's going to be challenging. But I can almost promise you, if you focus on it, there will always be a way. Now, I love one thing that late Miles Monroe says. Miles Monroe will be like, don't quit your day job, but get to work at night. He will tell you, don't quit your day job, but at night, get to work. Now, there's a difference between your job and your work. Your work is tied to your purpose. That is the work to which your creator, when he created you, gave you to do. You are created unto good works. Okay? Now, you have a job that is paying the bills. Let's not deceive ourselves. Bills have to be paid as long as you are living. So how can we do this? It's going to require you to, put in an extra beyond what you normally would have been doing. It's just like, if you had maybe a master's program that you were doing or a course that you want to take up. You wouldn't say because you want to take up your course that you're not going to go to work anymore. You will continue going to work, but you may have to burn the midnight candles, and the midnight oil to be able to catch up on your course and study. But it's for a season. Likewise, for a season, you begin to put into the efforts that you need to put in so as to be able to, fine tune and live your purpose. Now, do not leave your day job until the point where your purpose has found enough expression. Now, sincerely, I will speak from my personal experience. I didn't have that level of knowledge at the time when I stopped on some of my jobs because I was just frustrated. I couldn't stand it anymore. And I just said, I'm not doing this. And I, resigned. But was that the best decision I made? Sincerely, in hindsight now, with more knowledge I have, I would say that was not the best decision. I should have been able to find and pave a way to transition into purpose such that as I am transitioning more into purpose and purpose is beginning to find a deeper level of expression, I can now say I am shedding off that job. And while I can now move into purpose and all that I had to do. So I sincerely feel you and I understand that situation, but it's not the time I'll say just walk away. It is the time to begin to plan your exit. Plan your exit into purpose, if I can put it that way. All right. So to the next question. How do I handle the pressure from family who do not understand my desire to pursue purpose over a stable job? Now, this question is kind of, relates with the previous question that I have just answered. Now it's one thing you sense within you there's much more. You feel stuck at your job. You want out on that job. But now you have family that is expecting you that, look, you have to, maintain this stable job. This is a known. Why now leave the known for the unknown? Now, the honest truth is, nobody really ever succeeded at any venture without taking a step of faith, without, venturing into the unknown. But guess what? Your venturing into the unknown does not have to be out of complete ignorance. You can venture into the unknown, yet you are fired and prepared. You have the right knowledge and you have the right systems in place. That way you find that it will be easier for you to be able to step into that next phase of life, such that most likely you would not fail at what you're doing. And even if you fail, you will not fail flat, so to speak. So it's so important that when it comes to family, you need to be able to begin to help them to see what you see. At that point, you are like a visionaire. No visionaire ever had, a vision of something, and everybody that heard about it said, yeah, I agree with you. Most often time, visionaires are lone rangers, because people cannot envision, people cannot see what they are seeing, but they stayed with it. Elon Musk, I mean, come on, how many of us, really thought it was possible to go to space that way? How many of us really thought that, at a point in time, electric vehicles and all that could become a reality? Some of those things were things that we thought of as fictional, things that we watched in the movies. But he began to say to himself, these are things that can happen and will happen. And he was consistent with it. But one thing is this: family matters. I was sharing with someone recently, and I was like, it's unfortunate that a lot of people, when they do finally succeed in life, and they actually rise to the top ranks in life and success, they get there and realize that they didn't carry their family along. And so they have relationships that have been destroyed, relationship with spouses that, have been lost, relationship with children that, were not nurtured and all that. And so that's why it's very important that you must be able to see yourself as that visionary leader, that you are trying to sell your vision even to your family members, to let them to see. But what I would say is, just like I said, answering the previous question, start small, start where you are. Start doing a little that you can do and keep going in that direction. Guess what? As you keep progressing and as you keep busy at your work, you will see that over time you will build consistency. And that consistency will begin to generate power in itself, will begin to bring about results. And little by little, your family members will begin to see these things. The same people that seemingly were not supportive will begin to become your marketers. They will begin to be the one to tell people about what you're doing. They will begin to be the one to support. Even when you are about to show in the tower, they will begin to be the ones to tell you that you can't do this. I mean, you've gone this far. You have to keep going on. But it's important that you must learn to carry them along. So you must learn to find that balance such that, yes, you are still maintaining your job, and yes, you are heading forward, going after purpose, going after that work that you know that you were created to do. But in doing all those things, you are carrying them along. You are helping them to see, just as a visionary leader that you are. All right. To the next question. Please, if you do have any questions as I go along, maybe a question you feel I haven't answered accurately or something, please put it in the comment section and I will respond to you as well. So if you're online at the moment, maybe you want to add a comment to what has been said, you want to ask or say something in line with what is being said, please go ahead and put it in the comment section and I will respond to you as well. So number 4, I have so many dreams, but fear and self-doubt keep holding me back. What can I do? Now, the honest truth is, I don't know anybody that has actually ever set out to do anything that was worthwhile that didn't have some sense of fear or self-doubt in their hearts. That's the honest truth. Because you are moving from the familiar into the unfamiliar. You are moving from the known into the unknown. And the reality is that at times you will face challenges that you did not even plan for, that you did not even expect. But guess what? You have to keep on pressing on. You have to keep on going on. So what do you do? How do you manage these fears? You go ahead, even in the midst of fears. Guess what? You deal with it. You build faith within yourself. Exchange fear for faith. Do you understand? Give up fear and take up faith. You just have to have enough faith within yourself to say, these are my dreams and I'm going for it. I'm heading out and I'm stepping out. Now, let me give you a beautiful example. The story of Peter. For those of you that are Christians that probably have read these scriptures before, where Peter stepped out of the boat to meet Jesus. He had to walk on water. Now, do you think, when Peter asked Jesus that, can I come? Can I come to you? And Jesus said, oh, yes, come and meet me where I am. That was like a dream in the heart of Peter. That was something that was unfamiliar. That was something that he was not used to. But guess what? He stepped out of the boat. And the first time that he put his foot on the surface of the water, guess what? He realized that his leg didn't sink. Then he put the second one out and he began to walk. The Bible says that he was already walking to Jesus until he noticed the waves and the wind. Now, guess what? Fear will always come once you are distracted from your focus. Your dream has a way of building faith within you. But guess what? When you look a little away from your dreams, guess what comes in? Fear, self-doubt. And that was what Peter experienced. And he began to actually sink. But guess what? Because your dreams are not just about you, because they are God-given, because you stepped out by faith to these things, guess what? God will always have a way to anchor. He is your anchor, and he will hold you up. He would not allow you sink. So even if you have stepped out before and it seemingly seems like you have sunk, guess what? Build up your faith. Focus on your dreams. Focus on those things and step out. Keep going on. Keep going on. As long as your eyes are focused, as long as your eyes are on one thing, you will not sink. Fear will not have its way. Even when it wants to show up, guess what? Your faith is able to put it, subdue it, is able to put it at bay. So, do we ever come out feeling afraid? Oh, yes, we do. My daughters were watching American Got Talent a few days ago, and somebody came out on the stage and was about to sing. And what happened? He obviously was beginning to kind of, have a shaky voice and everything. And his instructor, his trainer, actually came out to meet him on the stage to be like, calm down. He was like, sorry, he's a bit afraid. He's a bit nervous. And he spoke to him, calm down, and told him, you can do it again. And he did. And as he began to sing, when he opened his mouth to sing, the vocal power that came out, people were like, oh, it was amazing. By the time he was done, people were screaming that they must give him the golden buzzer. Now, if he didn't step up even on that stage, even when he was afraid, he would never have had that opportunity to know that he was so good and skilled in singing to the point that even the crowd was shouting and chanting that he must be given the golden buzzer. So what am I saying? Your dreams must be so strong enough to create such convictions within you that even though you know you are stepping out into the unknown, you are willing to step out. But keep focused. Keep focused. If you remain focused, guess what? Fear and doubt will find a way, at the back seat. All right. So let's go on to the next question. I'm trying to move as fast as I can because we have quite a few questions to go through this evening. All right. It says, is it too late to start over in my 40s or 50s? I feel like I've missed my time. Wow. Now I'm going to tell you something. Your time, you have not missed no time. That is what I would tell you. There's something that one of my mentors said some years ago, and when I heard her say that, I took it. She said, whatever time of your life that you wake up, that is your morning. Start off. Whatever time of life you wake up, that is your morning. So start off. Whether it's in your 40s or your 50s that you finally wake up to your purpose, guess what? That is your morning. So start running. Now, remember, the Bible says that the time is coming when no man will be able to work. So while it is still day, work, get to work. So I will tell you, your age is nothing. When it comes to purpose, really, age is nothing but a number. That's the reality. And guess what? Everything that you have experienced up until the moment that you have, come to the reality of your purpose, guess what? Every experience is adding up to the fulfillment of your purpose. It was never wasted time. It was never wasted time. Yes, you may have felt that you have missed an opportunity, but guess what? God would always cause that opportunity or another opportunity and a better one to come your way. So what you need to begin to look at is begin to open your heart to be able to recognize those opportunities that are coming your way. But is it too late to start over? Definitely not. There are people that go into university and say, oh, I want to go get a course, a degree at the age of 40, at the age of 50. So many businesses that, became, household names, started with individuals that had, started in their midlife. So it is never too late. Whatever time you wake up is your morning, so start from there. So keep going. That is not an excuse. Keep going. Number 6, how do I balance being a wife, mom, career woman, and still fulfill purpose? Hey, I feel you, my sister, because I understand that it's like having to juggle different roles of your life. But the beautiful thing about this is that you have the capacity within you to do it. Even if as a wife, a mother, a career woman, a pastor, a daughter, whatever roles that you find yourself, living in life, guess what? You have the ability to fulfill purpose in the midst of it. Now, what I would tell you is this. You need to begin to find how your purpose marries into all this. A wife, a mom, a career woman, whatever the situation, they are roles. That is not your purpose. They are roles. But the real you, the real person, the real purpose goes beyond those roles. Those roles are just expressions, are just mediums, are just vehicles by which you can give expression to your purpose. So even as a wife, you can find purpose in being a wife. As a mom, your purpose can find expression even as you nurture the next generation. As a career woman, your purpose can find expression even in your workplace, in the marketplace. So do not feel that your life is the compartments of your life such that, okay, when I'm a wife, I'm not fulfilling purpose. As a mom, this is not purpose thing. No, 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 no. Purpose finds its expression in all those roles of your life. So that is what you need to do. You need to begin to see what is that thread that connects every role of your life together. Guess what? That thread is the thread of your purpose. How do you, give expression to purpose in every season and phase of your life? So it requires wisdom. It requires you stepping back and looking at your life and saying, okay, this is my purpose, and how do I give it expression in these different roles of my life? Your roles are not who you are. Purpose is who you are. Purpose is what comes as a result of knowing yourself. It's like one of the things that we dealt with strictly in our self-discovery blueprint. In the self-discovery blueprints I had course I had last month. It's amazing that your role is not who you are. Those are just roles. But you say, remove all those roles, shed all those roles and expose the real you. As you expose the real you, you will find your purpose. And as you find your purpose, you will see that golden thread that goes through every one of those roles. And as you do that, you will truly be able to find expression in living life through every area of your life. All right. So to the next question. Yes. If you have any comments, please put them in the comment box. I'm waiting. Comments. Please put something in the comment box. If you are, feeling these questions, please just put it. I am feeling you. The igniter, I am feeling you. Put it in the comment section. I am feeling you. Okay? So that I know that we are, following. We're following. Put it in the comment section. Thank you. All right, number 7. Everyone says I'm good at so many things, but I still don't know what my purpose is. How do I narrow it down? Now, this has to do with people. There are some of you that are multi-talented, multi-gifted. You have, yes, I can see you, Amaya. Thank you. I'm feeling you, the igniter. Thank you. Yes. Now, some of you are multi-talented. You have, so many abilities. You're able to do so many things. Now, let me say something. I remember when I was in uni, I had friends that were multi-talented. They could do everything. They could act, they could sew, they could cook, they could bake, they did everything. And I used to feel like, hey, see my life, Chimo. I don't know what I can do with my life, and all that. Now, guess what? There are people that are wired like that. But there are some of those things that you do. There are some that comes naturally to you, and you do it better than others. There are some things that you do better than some other things. There are some things that you are more passionate and you are more excited about doing than some other things. You need to begin to note those things. You need to begin to identify what is that thing. Because that begins to shed more light as to the core of what your purpose is. Now, it's possible I can sing. It's possible that I can bake. It's possible that I'm a very good artist. It's very possible that I'm poetic. But what if what I love doing the most is just poetry and speaking and all that? Focus on on that. Give more attention to it. Now, is it that those other things that you have the ability to do don't matter? No, they still matter. Guess what? Because as you progress in the journey of purpose, some of those things will begin to find its expression. So, but now you want to truly narrow down into what your purpose is. And that's why it's so important that to do that, what you need to do is begin to focus. What is that thing that, I'm most passionate about? That thing that excites me the most? What is that thing, that pain point that catches my heart, that probes my heart the most? What is that thing? So as you begin to discover in the midst of all those things that you are enabled to do, you will see something that stands out more. Then you begin to focus more on that. And as you begin to focus more on that, you will begin to discover more of how it is your purpose and how you walk in that. But like I said, it does not mean that the other things that you have the ability to do are not necessary. It's just that as you discover what your purpose is, those other things will begin to find its own expression in due time. All right, I hope that answers that question. So, to the next question, I need to run. All right, can I really make money living out my purpose, or is it just idealism? All right, beautiful question there. Because, I remember some years ago, I came across this kind of video where the person was asking a question that which comes first, purpose or money? Do I chase after money so that when I get money, I can now use it to fulfill purpose? Or do I fulfill purpose and the money comes along? Beautiful question. It sounds like, a scenario of which comes first, the egg or the chicken, Now, can I really make money living our purpose? I would answer that question and I would say a big yes. Yes, you can. I have seen so many people living out their purpose every day of their life and they are making money. Well, I'm not talking about just, change, small change. I'm talking about money. I don't even know how to express it. Millions. There are people that are making millions every month, simply because they have discovered their purpose and are working in it. Guess what? Now, can your purpose truly pay? Can your purpose truly give expression such that it is able to pay? Yes. Because your purpose is how will I put it? Is an answer to somebody's question. Your purpose is a fulfillment of somebody else's need. If you are able to give it the right structure, if you're able to give it the right format, so to say, if you're able to package your purpose in a way that makes it an economic thing, such that it is providing a product or a service, guess what? You will be paid for it. You will be paid, and you'll be paid well. Now, because not only are you going to be paid for that thing, but because it is your purpose and you do that thing exceptionally well, guess what? People will pay you even more than they would have paid you if it wasn't your purpose. Now, I have seen people that have worked, for so long in their life, and when they came into wealth, it was in their purpose that they came into wealth. When God gives you a purpose, guess what? When He gives you the vision, He makes the provision. In that vision, there is a provision. Your vision has the ability to unlock wealth. It is now being able to discover the wisdom to unlock that wealth. Now, I remember I was listening to somebody during the week, Myron Golden. Yeah, he's one of those people that I listen to. Now, he was talking about something about creating wealth. And one of the things that he said was you need to begin to find a way to the purpose to which you have. You must be able to find a way such that you are able to give it to others in a way that it meets their needs, not your own need. A lot of times because we are passionate and we see purpose in something, we're so passionate about it, and we're like, yes, this thing is good for you, this is that. But other people are not able to discern it. They're not able to see it because that is not what they need at that time, or that is not what they think they need at that time. So what you need to do is to be able to unlock that wisdom such that you are able to express that thing in a way that comes to them as the need, that thing that they need. Now, guess what? People will part with their money once they truly know that they can get what they need from you. So can purpose pay? Yes, it can. It is not just an idea. It is a reality. I have an idea that excites me. Question 10, sorry. I have an idea that excites me, but I'm scared to leave my 9 to 5. What if I fail? What if I'm not cut out for entrepreneurship? Very good. Like, I think this question, we have kind of dealt with it already. So I'll just, quickly rush over this. Like I said, don't quit your 9 to 5 job. Maintain your day job while you use your night to get to work. And what do I mean by that? I don't necessarily mean that literally, that okay, that at night that's the only time that I can work on purpose. Meaning that you must be able to create the time out of your schedule that you focus on your purpose. See, if you are only able to make out 10, 15, 30 minutes a day to focusing on your purpose, keep at it. That consistency over time will build in itself power and traction, and you will see results. Now, I like this quote that says, small hinges swing big doors. Small hinges swing big doors. Do not quit your 9 to 5, especially when you don't even know what your purpose is, or you have not even test launched your purpose, so to speak. So what would I advise? I would advise get to work outside of your 9 to 5. Make use of your weekends, make use of other time. The reality is that even on that 9 to 5, or your 9 to 9, depending on like most people here, especially in Nigeria, you have left home as early as 6. You're not getting home till maybe around 8 or 9. You get back home, you are tired, you're exhausted. But the reality is that if you wanted to go for a master's course, you will still create a time out of that seemingly no time. So that seemingly no time is what you're going to create that time to get to work on your purpose. And if all you can do is 30 to 1 hour on a daily basis, do it, because there in consistency lies the power. And as you create that power and that traction, guess what? Results will begin to show. And as results begin to show, and if your results are tangible enough, you might be able to even say, okay, then now my 9 to 5, I can actually cut it down. Either maybe you look for another job that would not be as demanding, or maybe even at that time, your purpose has found the expression enough that it can work itself. Then you can now say, okay, I'm letting go of this 9 to 5. But guess what? Entrepreneurship, you never know that you can be an entrepreneur until you step out. Really, working in purpose, rarely will you not have that entrepreneurial spirit. Now, for me personally, I never felt I could be an entrepreneur. I never felt I could run a business. I just felt it was for those people. But now I have experienced a mind shift, and I've realized, because I have found purpose and what I am doing, I know that I am a visionary, I am a leader, and so I must lead in that area of my calling. And that is entrepreneurship. So please do not feel that you are not cut out for it. You have the ability to be an entrepreneur, but you just need to find what is it that is your own quote unquote mojo. All right, question 11. I've worked in banking for 10 years, but I feel empty. It pays the bills, but it's not fulfilling. I'm scared to leave because I don't know what else I'll do. Is there more to life than this? I will answer the second question first. Yes, there is more to life than going to work and coming back every day. Now, I've been studying on the book of Ecclesiastes, and it talks about how, man will wake up early in the morning and he goes out and he toils all day and comes back and he says, all is vanity, vanity upon vanity. Yeah, that's the honest truth, is vanity. And, but the beautiful thing is, he says, but blessed is he that even in his toils, that he can eat and enjoy his labor. That is a blessing from God. And as I was reading that thing, I realized that you can never really enjoy your toil when your toil in your mind is far-fetched, is there, it's out there. It must be now, in the present, in the time in which you are in, and in the space in which you are in. It takes God, only God, to truly help you to be able to enjoy your toil now. Then it will not be vanity, it will not be a vain thing. So is there more to life than this? Oh yes, there's more to life than just waking up in the morning, go to the bank, attending to customers and clients, and coming back exhausted. There is much more to life. There is fulfillment in life. There's joy in life. There's that thing that will keep you going on every moment. That you're excited when you wake up and you're truly excited. Now you've worked in the banking sector for 10 years, but you feel empty. Maybe it's time that you transit into something else. It may not necessarily mean that you need to stop working. It may mean that you need to transition into another career or transition into something else. What is that thing that you're passionate about? What is that thing that you are excited about? What is that thing that gets you going? Then you need to begin to transition into that gradually. It may be a career, or it may even just be that you need to even just say, look, I need to volunteer and give myself to something and something greater than myself. Now, you may enjoy something that you love, that you are passionate about, that but you've not been able to find expression for it. Look for volunteer opportunities where you can serve. You don't have to leave that banking job, but you can find another expression, where another place where you can give expression, where you can serve, where you can give of yourself, and you truly love what you are doing. And as you're doing that, you begin to discover more and more of yourself. As you begin to discover more and more of yourself, you might now be able to discover what is it that you need to be doing at that phase. And then you can now transition into that. I hope you're getting that. So you've worked in the banking sector for over 10 years. You feel empty. Yes, because over time, when you have been doing something that you don't really love doing, guess what? It's going to drain you. It's going to drain you of your passion. It's going to drain life out of you. You just be like a zombie. You wake up and you just go to work. I have been there, done that. Ask my husband at a point in time in my life, the worst day of the week for me was Sunday, because I would start feeling pressured. I would start feeling, oh God, Monday is here. I'm going to work. Pressure will be like this. I'm like, I don't get you. Why are you so, fatigued and everything? Because it's already Sunday, and I'm already thinking Monday. Then guess what? When it gets to Thursdays, I'm already like, oh, thank God, tomorrow's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Then weekend, I'm excited. Then Sunday comes again, and the cycle goes all over again. So maybe you are at that place in your life where you're no longer fulfilled at the job that you're doing, you're not excited. You may need to say to yourself, maybe you need to transition to another career. Maybe you need to give of yourself to something else. Find a place where you can volunteer your time and yourself and serve others in a different way. Maybe at that point in time, you will find some form of fulfillment, and you find that thing that you are, once again, that you are passionate and excited about. And then with that, and in a better place, you might now be able to decide whether it's truly time for you to move out of the banking sector and move into something else or whatever. At that time, you would really now have a better understanding of what you are to do. Yes. If you are feeling me, if you are feeling these responses, yes, put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. I am feeling you. I am feeling you. If you are feeling me, the igniter. If you know what I'm saying, this is just like interlude. This is like commercial break. Okay. All right. So put something in the comment section. Let me know that you are feeling me. Let me know that you are following. Let me know that you can continue as you go on. Or maybe you could just put in the comments section, just put, I am ignited, or keep igniting. Whatever it is that you want to put in the comment section, go ahead and do that, so that I know that I have people that are following me. All right, we move to the next question. We'll be done in the next few minutes. My husband thinks I am being unrealistic, chasing this purpose dream. He wants me to stick with my job for stability. I'm torn. How do I stay true to me without causing conflict? Now, this question is very much like a question that we have answered before, that talks about family. My family wants me to, remain at my job, to maintain stability, but I want to chase after my dreams. Now, especially now, the reason why I put this question, even though I felt it was kind of similar, is that now, it's one thing when it is the family is uncle, auntie, cousins, even sometimes parents. But when it is your spouse, the two of you have to be on the same boat. You cannot be on one boat and your spouse is on another boat, and the two of you expect to, go and head in the same direction. You both have to, Bible says that, can any two work together without, except they agree? So it's really important that your spouse has to be on board with what you want to do. And that is why I would say to this particular person that, can you get your husband to just sit with you and let him know what your dreams are. Share with him your dreams. Sometimes the reason why could be that maybe your dreams, you have not been able to truly articulate your dreams properly. You've not been truly been able to express it in a way that when the person that sees or hears the vision, they can run with it. You know how the Bible says that, make your vision plain, that he that reads it, you say, make your vision plain, write it down, that he that reads it may run with it. Now, the question is, have you truly been able to make your vision plain? Have you written it down? Have you been able to articulate it? Have you been able to make it a tangible thing that they can truly understand what you are doing? Because at times when you are not able to express yourself and your spouse cannot see it, it just seems as if you are chasing, you are building castles in the air. But rather than building castles in the air, because our dreams, that's really how our dreams are. It's like building castles in the air. But guess what? Purpose allows you to begin to put a foundation underneath that castle that you're building. And that's why it's so important that you are able to truly articulate what your purpose is, your dream purpose. It is very important that you're able to articulate it and you're able to express it to your spouse. And now, it does not mean that because now I've articulated it, it's today that I must start, I must fulfill this purpose. Purpose is a journey. It's a journey to fulfillment. So now you don't have to say to yourself that everything must be done immediately or at this season. Set a plan in place. Okay, sweetheart, this is what I want to achieve in this first quarter, or this is what I want to achieve by the end of this year. I know I'm working, so this is how I want to get it done, such that I'm able to maintain my job and also be able to do this and also maintain the family front. That is why balance becomes very important. Just like the question of that I had responded to about the wife, mother, and career woman, you must be able to strike a balance at the right place, such that you are not dropping your eggs. You're not dropping your eggs as a wife. You're not dropping your eggs as a spouse. You're not dropping your eggs as a career woman. You must be able to juggle. Now, the reality is that it may not necessarily be that you are juggling these things, but it may mean that you have found a way to carry, when you have a system in place, you have found a basket such that you are able to place all your eggs into this basket, such that you are fulfilling purpose in the midst of all these things. So you must be careful that you are able to maintain a level of stability, because it's not only you now. This is, you have a spouse and maybe you even have children. You must be able to carry your family along. You must be, and like I said, you must be able to, share that vision with them until they can begin to buy into that vision. So until they buy into that vision, keep at what you are doing, but keep doing the little that you can do in fulfillment of your purpose and your dreams. Guess what? Small hinges swing big doors. Small hinges do what? Swing big doors. So begin with the little that you can do and remain consistent until the time when those doors begin to swing open. All right. So It's very important that you maintain your home even as you fulfill purpose. God did never give us purpose that our home will now scatter. God forbid bad thing. All right, next thing. Question number 13. Well, I think we have about 15 questions, so we're almost about the end. How do I balance family responsibilities with my personal purpose and goals? Yes, 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 yes. Having a lot to juggle, 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 juggle. Yes, you can find a balance in it by creating systems. Systems will help you be able to do the things you need to do. Creating a routine is important. Now, if you look at life in itself, nature in itself shows, nature in itself does so many things, Nature in itself, the wind is blowing, as plants are growing. The sea, the what they call it, the water is moving, rivers are flowing into the sea is filling back into the rivers. As in, nature in itself is very busy. Let's be honest. Mother Nature is busy. She has so much that she is doing, if I can put it that way. But guess what? How is Mother Nature able to maintain an equilibrium? Routine. Routine. Systems. Do you have a system in place in your life? Or you are just all over the place? We know, how would you feel if this is like past 6 Nigerian time? So the sun is about to set. What if the sun said, today I am not setting? I said, today I'm going to shine all day and all night. And the sun says, no, I'm not going to the west. I'm not going to set today. Can you imagine the catastrophe and the chaos that it will cause life and this world, But Mother Nature has been able to find a balance by creating systems and routines. The sun will rise from this place and it will set at this place. The sun will rise at this time and it will set at this time. The wind will blow from the north to the south, and then at this time it will blow back to the north. The rivers will flow into the sea, yet the sea will find its channels back into the rivers, feeding the river. Nature has found a system, and that system allows her to be able to do everything that nature does, and yet there is an equilibrium, yet there is there's stability. What you need to do is find a way to create systems and routines that will work for you. And what do I mean by that? Have a schedule of the time that you wake up. There are some of you that today you are awake 7 o'clock, tomorrow it is 10 o'clock, you're waking, the next day you wake up 4 o'clock. There's no routine. You're just all over the place. Wake up early in the mornings. Maximize your early morning hours. For instance, like, let me use myself as an example. Because I have children, and I know that, once my children are awake, there's this mother hen and her little chicks kind of thing that goes on with me and my kids. They're all over, always all around me, So what do? When I wake up early in the mornings, when I know they are still super duper asleep. I wake up and I use that time to do some of those things that I cannot do, that I don't want to be distracted, so I focus on those things. Those are my power hours, the time of prayer, the time of reading the word, the time of taking my affirmation, the time of listening to, messages or motivational, messages, the time of, writing in my journal. Those are, the times that I use those times for such things so that I'm not distracted, I can focus. And at that time, I'm also able to plan my day and say, okay, these are the things that I need to get done today. I schedule my day and I get into my day, start off my day with that. There's a routine. My children know that this is the time that you need to be up. You need to do this at this time. You need to get this done so that your own drama does not come and disturb my own life, quote unquote. I put a system in place. So I know that this is the time for this is the time for that, and that way I'm able to balance, oh, today, oh, Mondays are my days that I focus on, my purpose, showcase, and the broadcast I need to send out and create, my schedule and all those for the week, oh, Tuesdays are my market days. I go to the market, buy anything I need to buy for the house, do this and house chores kind of thing, do laundry, do cooking, and do those things. You can schedule your time, create a routine, put systems in place. If Mother Nature has not, failed us simply because of routines, then I can promise you the way to strike a balance in your life, in your family responsibilities, your personal life, and all that, is to be put a system in place. Put a system in place. All right, so question 14. Is it possible to raise purpose-driven children in today's world? Is that the question? Yes, it is very possible to raise purpose-driven children in today's world. And do you know how? It starts with you. You have to be a purpose-driven parent to expect to have purpose-driven children. Now, you cannot, expect what you don't have. You can't, demand what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. Do you understand? So you have to be that purpose-driven parent yourself. You have to be that person that is focused on purpose and fulfilling purpose. Guess what? Because your children look at you. Even if they are not saying anything to you, they are imitating what you are doing. So when your children see you, that you are somebody that is pressing on purposefully and intentionally in their life, guess what? Your children will begin to fashion their lives after that. Just like the saying that an acorn cannot fall far from the tree. Your children would mirror you and become like you. So first of all, you need to be a purpose-driven person. That way you become a true example to your children. Secondly, you also need to be that parent that needs to stand in the place of like a prophet, where you recognize your children's potentials and their possibilities and purpose, and you begin to help them to harness it and move them into it. Now, I remember some years ago when I came across something in the Bible talking about Jesus, where Jesus was at the wedding at Canaan, and Mary said to the wine had finished, and Mary said, oh, that Jesus, the wine had finished and all that. And Jesus was like, woman, what's my own the matter? It's not my concern, I come for party, so what's my own? And Mary did what? Mary told the servants, whatever he asked you to do, do it. Now, there was a verse that followed that God said, for it was not yet his time. But Mary knew that he had the ability to solve this problem. He had the ability to be able to bring about this change. And so what did she do? She ignited something in him. Why? Because the Bible says that after that was the beginning of his ministry, the beginning of signs and wonders and all that he did. So Mary was so that she had seen, she knew who Jesus was, and she knew his abilities. And as a mentor, she knew that this was the time. And what did she do? She just ignited and initiated that time in the life of her son, Jesus. Now, you as a parent, you need to be discerning of the times and the seasons. You need to be discerning of your children's potentials and abilities. And what do you do as a parent? You initiate at the right time. You initiate at the right time, pushing your children into their purpose, launching them forward, and allow them to begin to walk into it. But that does not happen if you have not been preparing them before. So it's your responsibility is to be intentional, to be able to, help your children recognize their potential, help them to build up and scale up on their potential, and at the right time to initiate and launch them out into their purpose. All right. So it's very possible, even in this world today, to have purpose-driven children. It really is in your hands as a parent. And that is one of your purpose as parents, to raise children that will be purpose-driven in life. All right. So the last question. Is it too late to change careers and start pursuing my true calling? No, 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 no. It's never too late. Like I said before, once you wake up, that is your morning. Whenever you wake up, it is your morning. Step into it, go into it, press into it, and run after purpose. It is never too late to go after your true calling. Once you know what it is, start heading towards it. And like I always say, start small and grow big. Start small and grow big. Like I said, even today, small hinges, what? Small hinges, what? Swing big doors. Start with a little. Start with a little and continue to grow consistency. As you grow consistency, you generate power. As you generate power, you will begin to see results. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a long one today. It's almost 1.5 hours of our time, but I believe that it's been truly an impactful time where I have been able to answer your questions. If you still have questions, please do not feel like, oh, the session is over. Feel free, put it in the comment box, or you can even still DM me. Or yes, you can still go ahead. The form for the question, and you can still put in your questions there, and I will get round to answering your questions. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you once again for being a part of today's special edition of the showcase. You ask, I answer. You ask, I answer. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so happy to have you on this showcase, this episode of the showcase. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next month when we will have a special guest of the month on the showcase. So please do me a favor. If you were truly, ignited, if there was something that you got from this episode, please put it in the comment box. Yes, even if you are catching the replay, put it in the comment. Thank you, Amaya. I can see you. I can see you. Thank you. I can see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So please go ahead and just, share this link, share about, showcase, tell somebody about it, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. And if by chance you have not yet subscribed to this channel, I've been like, why now? As in, like, I don't get why you have been coming here, I have not subscribed. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Yes, 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 yes. And I believe that even as we go on, subsequently, even into the year, I believe that you will continue to find your purpose and continue to walk in it and be truly ignited. So please go ahead and follow us on other social media handles. Yes, 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 yes. You can find the showcase even on Facebook, the showcase page. You can find us on Instagram, the showcase with Yemisi. And yes, 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 on YouTube, showcase live with Yemisi. So till we see again next month, I'll say to you, keep living life purposeful by design. Love you all and remain blessed and keep living life purposeful by design. Yeah, yeah, yeah.